Hey y'all, Bearded Bros Golf Show back at it again. Major technical issues. Our back end software doing some weird stuff. Either way, I am Rod.
And I'm Marcus.
Welcome on in, y'all. Hopefully y'all had a great week. I know I definitely had an interesting one, and yeah, let's hit it. Um, Week of golf. We're winding down the end of the year. A lot of stuff going on. Um, Tell me where you want to get started, Marcus. You want to start LPGA, PGA, DP World Tour? What you want to do?
Uh, let's do PGA. Let's get that out of the way.
All right, PGA Tour, Adam Schenk, been close quite a bit. I know they were talking about his recent struggles this year on tour, but I can vividly remember late last season where he was in contention quite a bit, not able to,
Yeah,
cross the finish line. Winning is hard. Hey Jack, how are you doing, my man? Winning is hard, no matter what you know, league you're in, LPGA, PGA, PGA Tour champions, winning is always hard. But the same clip you sent me of him one hand putting off of greens, it was very windy in Bermuda this week. Almost hard to watch with them having to sling the ball out over the ocean and bring it in, or play these crazy start lines just to get the ball back on target with the heavy winds there in Bermuda. But Adam
yeah,
Schenk takes it home with the one-handed putting, just really in his head with the yips, which is it's uncomfortable to watch, but it also speaks to how well that man is hitting the ball to be able to win a tournament and while struggling with putting. So, give me your breakdown of the tournament, but again, definitely uncomfortable to watch.
yeah. Not a lot of big hitters in there. I mean, our boy Sahith Tagala made the trip. It's not out of character for him to just show up and play wherever that the PGA is playing. So he was there. Let's see. I didn't really watch much of it this week because I don't know. It just felt real uncomfortable. Um,
You don't like
just too
watching the
close.
windy.
No, I was thinking about I was talking about that all week. Like imagine that's your home course. Imagine you stay somewhere where it's windy 24/7 and you have to play in 2 to 3 club winds. Like that doesn't seem fun to me. And
No,
then I guess like the course completely changes when it's a non-windy day if it just so happens to ever be still somehow. Just the strangest thing. So I
right,
mean it's just I don't
right.
know. It seems cool. I would rather play in rain, Jack. I'd rather play in
Yeah,
like a
absolutely.
little chill rain. As long as it's not 90 degrees or something like that, I'll play in rain. Like no lightning, little chill rain, I'll be fine. I
Right.
got towels. I sweat as it is
Absolutely.
crazy. So yeah,
I don't like I don't like wind because every it feels like to me, and kind of to your earlier point, Jack, every time I play around in heavy wind, I get the shanks in rounds subsequent to that, and it's probably having to keep a more stable base. I don't know what it
yeah,
is, but I develop swing issues in the rounds following around playing in heavy wind. My closest experience to that was a trip my wife and I took last year to the Bahamas. I played around at Royal Blue, and it was wind very similar to that. I mean, 30 mile per hour wind gust. It's a rough mental day because you're kind of like having to back off of your shots if you get a big gust, and it's not consistent, right? I think it consistently blew around maybe 15 to 20, but then when those gusts hit, it messes with you, and I don't like it. Like you said, Marcus, as long as it's, let's say, 60 degrees Fahrenheit and above and a little bit of rain, I can stand the rain. That's fine for me. Let's see here.
yeah, yeah. I mean, watching it and spectating it. is definitely different because I feel like you get a chance to like marvel at their true skill and stuff like that. How
Yeah.
like shot makers tend to actually make shots like the low piercers, the little low bleeder fade, or the low hook on the ground and stuff like that. It really does make you create shots. It definitely makes you have to pull stuff out of your butt. So I get that part, Jack. I absolutely do. That it makes you think outside the box. I do agree. But golf is already too much of a brain game for me. So I try to just keep everything, as tunnel vision as possible.
No, I totally get that. So yeah, I'm gonna have to figure out what's going on with our feed. I think on the live feed, bro, it's showing us in the. It's weird. It's like there's a vertical orientation, as well as our traditional look. So depending on which link you clicked, um, it's so weird. Good God, YouTube and StreamYard. Anyway, we proceed on because those numbers look kind of crazy. Anything else? I mean, again, like you said, the Alpha League tournament. Sahith Thigala. I didn't see where he finished um, for the week, but how did Thigala finish?
He made the cut. I know that much. I don't think he was really. Oh, well, let me see. I mean, Camilo Villegas and Zach Blair made the top 10. Seamus Power made the top 10.
Ryan's tripping. What? Okay, pause. No answer on that one.
Whoa,
Whoa. Um, you said Camilo Villegas made the cut.
yeah. Well, he was top 10. Him and Zach Blair ended up making top 10. That's like a Ryan, like that's a like behind the scenes type answer. Like I'd entertain that at a later time, but not like on the show. That's kind of wild on the show. But I get where you're going with this. It's exciting. Let's see. Let's see. Wait, blast from the past. Jonathan Bird made the cut and ended up being T14. So I don't know. Listen, that guy. I didn't know Jonathan Bird was still playing competitive golf. Let me just say that. Let me just be honest.
Right.
I didn't know he was still
It's
playing, but good on him for a sponsor's
it's
exemption because I know he didn't just earn his way onto that.
yeah.
Sahi
What's
Tagala
the
finished T42
Lord?
with
Just stay home,
with
bro.
Brant Snedeker and Martin Laird, Matt Kuchar somehow. Hey, what is going? Listen, just a question, Rod. What do you think is going on with
Okay.
Kuchar in his personal life? Because why are you almost 50 still playing golf every week? Go home and be a dad. You got a kid
No,
that's
no.
got
We've
some.
okay. This is Matt Kuchar slander is always welcome here. So I think the man's just a horrible human being in general. So that's
Yeah,
my
absentee dad.
reason. Is it? Yeah. I mean, I think him and his son definitely bond around golf, right? His son's a pretty high level golfer, but overall, I mean, we've seen the error in Matt Kuchar's ways. So, am I surprised that no one probably wants to be around him, even at home? Um, yeah, I don't know, man.
Right. If
It's
he
a
wants to
weird
be,
place.
I agree. If he wants to be a cheapskate, though, then why doesn't he just have his son caddy for him? Pull him out of school. Who, you know,
Well, he's a
he
college
old
golfer
enough
now at
now.
this point, right?
Right. He can do online school, fly in, play a couple of
No, you
events.
can't. You can't squash your well that would be peak Matt Kuchar. Squash your own son's dream so you can keep playing on the PGA Tour. I mean, hopefully he's just trying to keep the game sharp for the Champions
Champions
Tour.
Tour.
Yeah, I'm not sure how old Matt is at this point. Is he 50?
Let's look it up. Matt Kuchar.
He's 47. He's got a few years.
He 47 looking 55?
Aging like milk. That's what being a bad person will do to you, bro.
Boy,
Let let's keep
completely.
it moving. Let's talk since we're kind of talking about the Champions Tour. That's a good transition. They wrapped up their season this week with the Charles Schwab Cup. Totally forgot about it. I'll be honest. I do not. It's been the least watched league for me this year, and that's not common. It's just become really boring. I mean, it's the same old names. There's not been a lot of, I don't know, variation
Mark,
in the PGA Tour. Say that again.
there hasn't been any spark.
No, I mean earlier in the year we saw Angel Cabrera win two majors. He's been largely absent from the tour since then in terms of competitiveness. I thought that would be a cool story to see how dominant he could be after coming
Yeah.
back from his personal turmoil, but that hasn't really panned out at all. And so it's just been weird, right? So Steve Alker pretty much dominated the majority of the year up until this. I mean, he still was in second place, ends up second, loses to Stuart Sink, but Miguel Angel Cabrera, no,
Jimenez.
no, I'm screwing up. Jimenez, um, he's consistent. There's just a handful of guys that are consistent. I hate not seeing Stricker up there competing like he did few years ago. I feel like in a couple of, next year, longer we'll be back at it. So it's interesting. But again,
Thanks, Jack.
it's thanks, Jack. It's we're gonna talk about this Tiger thing though. Um yeah, I mean it's just boring. At the end of the day. It needs a shakeup. We talked about it earlier in the year that it's a money suck for the PGA Tour, but they keep it going, which, I mean, this story started catching some buzz, and I think it's starting to get a little bit more momentum when Tiger gets out there. Does that change the scenario? How much does he actually play? He will be able to use the cart, which will probably, prolong his stint on the PGA Tour Champions. What do you think about the outlook of Tiger getting on the Champions Tour?
I mean, yeah, I think it'll be a boost. I mean, I think it'll be a boost either way it goes because um the PGA Tour is gonna post their stuff and they're gonna link it on IG. You know how that goes. So they'll do the double post where it's PGA and PGA Championship together. And so I don't think it'll be bad. Apparently some people think that it's gonna take shine away from the actual PGA Tour. Like it's not standalone, like it doesn't have young talent still coming up and everything like that as well. So I thought that was a bit strange, but I think in all, it's gonna be good. I think that anytime you get Tiger out on the golf course, that's good for golf in general. So yeah, I think
Hmm.
it'll be a good situation. And yeah, as long as he can stay healthy, I think he'll be okay. I don't know if he competes first year back in competitive golf like Stuart Sink or
Right.
Steve Stricker did on their first year, but I definitely think it'll provide views, it'll provide some eyes, and maybe it'll kind of rejuvenate that side of the tour, and maybe we'll see a few other outliers come in and contend and everything as well. So yeah, I think all in all,
Yeah.
it's a good deal.
Yeah, I agree. I think the fact that people are worried about the ratings for the big tour dropping off, because I think they're saying that the potential tournament Tiger returns to coincides with the Truist Championship. I think it's the Insperity. I don't know which one it is, but it goes up
Hmm.
against the Truist, and they're worried. That's a elevated event for the big boy tour at this point, and so. Like, will he steal market share? That's crazy. I mean, as a business person, I wouldn't mind because I think there is a market for PGA Tour champions golf that they're missing out on. So having Tiger over there, there's still going to be stands for the PGA Tour, the Standard Tour. So I don't know. I think it's a win-win, and I don't think it steals away from it. And I think the more that he plays over there, it's just going to become normal. I mean, we all do want to see Tiger tee it up. Guys do come over to the Champions Tour with a renewed energy. Again,
Right.
Angel, Cabrera, same thing, renewed energy, comes out the gate really hot and then kind of fizzles out. So we'll see how that goes. Um, but yeah, any other mentions on the PGA Tour champions before we keep it moving? Congrats to Stuart Sink. I know he's one of your tall man golf idols.
Yeah. Yeah, he looked good. I mean, he was pretty consistent all year. I feel like in the end he kept losing to like Steve Alker and stuff like that, but he
Right.
definitely was a top five like manufacturer. So he kept contending. He kept contending. And he full on committed to the PGA Tour champions. I want to say either earlier this season or last season, and he is full on
Yep.
board. So good on him. I mean, I think he made enough money on the PGA Tour as it was. So I don't think it was ever a question of money. I
No.
think it was more
I,
passion than anything.
I was going to say the same thing. With Stewart Sink, it always feels like it's just truly for the love of the game.
Yeah,
Still in pretty good shape for a man of his age, and game still looks tidy. So I think it's definitely we haven't seen any major character flaws resurface or surface for Stewart Sink.
yeah,
Ryan, I did see your comment here. So on the Creator Classic Invitational, we covered it last week. Me and Marcus are old. I'm gonna be real with you. I cannot. It doesn't hold enough of my interest. The golf is not good enough, and I don't like manufactured drama. So I gave it a good 9 hours of my time, and we talked about it last week. But we may touch on it again at some point. But good event. I mean, good for them. I mean, internet golf is definitely exploding right now. It's kind of crazy.
yeah. Congrats to Brad Dockey. He's a true
Yeah,
hooper.
no, no doubt, no doubt. Um, quick hits on kind of some off the cuff stuff. PGA Tour. We didn't mention it when we were talking about it. Justin Thomas back surgery this week. He posted a video like the day after the surgery of him standing up at home. So I think he's going to be okay. The back
Yeah,
looks like seems like a very minor surgery. It's never good when you start having to fiddle with the back, but if it's to relieve some pain and it helps him get to the next stage of his career, the second half of his career, cool. We were talking in the background that Akshay Bhatia is probably up next for a back surgery. There's just a certain type of swing. We saw that with Will Zalatoris. Very much, for these slight guys that have a really a lot of coil on their backswing, where they're generating all that speed for these smaller guys. That I think over time it just takes a toll on the body. What are your
yeah.
thoughts on that type of swing and JT overall?
I thought. I think it's crazy that JT had to have the surgery because I don't feel like he has a real like crazy bent over swing or one where like he's in crazy positions, but I do feel like he has a really explosive swing. He gets off his toes or he gets off his heels onto his toes. So I think it's more just the athleticism of the swing and not being able to withstand like the torque and the pressure of it all. And I guess,
Yeah,
beating balls for so long as well and doing that same movement probably will create that strain and everything like that. Um, I think he said, I mean, pretty much he's only gonna miss. No, I'll take that back. I mean, he's gonna miss the Hero World Challenge.
yeah,
He'll miss
yeah.
the
He
skins
said
game or whatever.
Yeah, said he's gonna let his body speak to him. So he didn't set a specific timetable to come back, but
Yeah,
um, yeah,
yeah. I mean, of course, he talked to Tiger about this because he pretty much went to the same doctor that Tiger went to
yeah,
in New York for that special surgery or whatever. So he knows what he's doing, and he'll be all right. And then he'll be back probably beginning of February type deal. I mean, it's begin
yeah,
mid-November. I give him a full 3 months or so to, kind of rebuild back that strength and trust and everything like that. So I think he'll be all right. Mid 30s, low 30s. Him and Speed. We'll still have some time left.
yeah. JT 32, a lot of career left. He mentioned
Yeah.
it. You know, golf gives you the opportunity to play for a long time. Hell, we're talking about 47-year-old Matt Kuchar still out there grinding it out. Um,
Right.
so he's got 15 years until he gets there. But we'll see a lot of JT. So no need to rush back. Financially, the boy's not doing bad for himself, so it's not like he needs to tee it up to pay bills.
Yeah, they'll rush it back. Yeah.
Any yeah, any I don't see anything else on our list for PGA Tour. Anything I'm missing?
No, no, not that's important. I mean, I feel like they have another event next week. So it's not like we're
Which
not
one?
gonna see them again. Is that not the RSM
Yeah,
next
which
week?
one is that?
And then they're
It
and
is.
then they're done?
Then they're done. No Century this year, so it's going to be a little bit till we see them. I mean, the Grant Thornton. I mean, I know that's a dual event, but
Yeah, I mean, the Hero World
technically they're
Challenge
just
on December 4th.
yeah. But full field stuff, yeah. Next week is it.
Yeah. Well,
All right, let's
DP
keep it.
World Tour, here we come.
That's right.
Or
So let's talk
Australasian
about the
Tour.
That's true. That is true. We're gonna get some Australian golf. They are in the midst of their summer. I know. Speak just random, off the cuff stuff. So, we were in Malaysia last week. I had the pleasure of playing with this incredibly cool Australian guy. So he was talking about he was in Malaysia on holiday, had been in Vietnam as well. Coolest guy ever. I mean, we had a beer after the round. Him and his partner are musicians and they're touring and so kind of gearing up for a busy 2026. But he was just talking about how summers in Australia are now. And so we're going to see a lot of golf coming from them. So shout out to Michael, really good guy. Much love and success for him and his partner in their music careers. It was a really good, fun golf event, and just kind of I talked about it how golf is universal and can build community, and you can make a friend in the most random places. It's an amazing game. I'm glad
Yeah,
that you and I have found it, and it's just been really good for the spirit.
absolutely.
Um, let's go over LPGA. We'll hit it from the kind of pre stuff first, get the controversial stuff out the way. Kai Trump gets a sponsor's exemption into the event. I mean, it took a lot of shots from everywhere, right? So clearly not qualified to play in this tournament. I mean, finished dead
Yeah,
last by a wide margin. I think everybody knew that going in. Good junior golfer, able to play in these high level events, but not really a
yeah,
winner. And so this was a move strictly about the publicity. I think I saw both sides of it. I saw one golf journalist on Twitter saying, my opinion has changed. Initially, I was very critical of this move, but also as someone who's rooting for the LPGA, I cannot criticize how they choose to get attention on their game, especially as we've
yeah,
talked about this year. So many different winners, individual winners. We had another one yesterday, or today on y'all's time frame. But yeah, I mean, another individual winner. We've had just a hard time getting duplicate winners on the LPGA tour. So
yeah,
I get it, right? I get the need to gin up Some eyes on the game also had Caitlin Clark and her, not LPGA, WNBA teammates participating in the Pro-Am. Caitlin Clark has also fetched some controversy during her career, as well as Sophie Cunningham. So, I mean, it had a weird vibe to start, but at the end of the day, ends up being all about the golf. And so, they soldier on, get past all the early week stuff. Lynn Grant goes on to win her second LPGA title. It's amazing that she doesn't win more often or compete at the higher, top tens more often. The swing is fucking nuts. The speed that she
Yeah.
she generates. So, what are your thoughts on the LPGA this week, my man?
I mean, good to see Lindgren back in the winner's circle. I mean, just another, prodigious ball striker that really, for being honest, can't putt. I mean, that's the only thing holding her back. If she could putt just even decent, she'd win pretty much, once a month type deal. So yeah, she had it going. She had like a couple of low rounds and nothing really, didn't have a really stagnant round. A lot of the other
Hmm.
ladies up there had some stagnant rounds. Um, you felt like it wasn't really ever in question past Friday. But yeah, I think as far as a controversy, quote unquote, I see it, and like, I just think that you really, if you're gonna do the exposure and get eyes on it, you do that over the summer. I mean, as we always talk about on the PGA Tour, every swing and every event ends up counting. So for you to do that on the last week of the field, I don't know if that either helped or hurt that case, because
Yeah,
you got women on the tour trying to fight for that last, that top 60. There's people trying to
to
fight for
get to next
conditional
week.
status for next season and stuff like that. So it's just, I don't know. The timing is funny, but
Yeah,
you can't, she can't catch the strays. It's not her fault. I mean, is she
you take
crazy
the
to not?
opportunity, right?
Right. You have to take. Well, some people, Grant Horvat, don't take the opportunity. They come up with
Right,
come up with reasons not to, but I think
right.
it's nothing you can't diminish anything that she's done, and I think she still has a promising future. So hopefully the golf will stay the golf, and the other stuff will stay the other stuff, and she won't get involved in
Yeah,
that, and she'll be able to live her
yeah,
life as a golfer and not, then it comes with the name, it
yeah.
comes with the
Part separate,
territory.
separate from the controversial stuff.
Exactly.
The
Hopefully she can.
familial stuff.
Right. Hopefully she can go on to just be a golfer and live her life in that aspect. So good luck to her. But just the timing was funny for the LPGA. I think it was good that Caitlin Clark was in the pro am again. I think, like they were speaking on, being able to kind of really spotlight women's sports and women's stars and get them in the same arena, I think that's good. I think that's a positive thing to do. It was really good last
Good cross
year.
promotion.
I think it's a good
Good cross
cross
use.
promotion. Yeah.
Yeah, with
Now,
the LPGA jerseys out there, it was good for that.
yeah. I so now Lexi Hole coming along to be the caddy and stuff like that, cool. Sophie Cunningham, I think she's riding coattails. I don't really have a lot of positive things to say about Sophie Cunningham. Um,
Right.
but
At all.
Lexi Hole, I follow her on socials. She actually plays golf with her friends and then with her dude and stuff like, or maybe it's her fiance now at this point. I can't remember. But yeah, so I they actually play golf. She's shown plenty of video with her and Cece going out to play out there in Indiana and in their off time and stuff like that, which I think is hella cool. Again, growing the game,
Yeah.
more eyes on it and stuff like that. So I think that was cool. But
What do you
yeah,
think of Caitlin Clark's swing? I said it was okay. It's not
it is. It's
some
mediocre, but it's
majestic swing.
athletic. It's
Right.
athletic. It's fundamental enough. She has your consummate. I've played golf before and I can get it around, but like, is this my main thing? No, not at all. But she looks the part though, and she got the fit, and
Right.
she's got the PE. She's got some player edition Nikes on. That's probably
Yeah.
specifically for her. So she was drippy on Wednesday. I thought it was cool. Um, they televised it, I think, but you know how they do with pro-ams. It's just like the PGA. LPGA, they're gonna show an hour of it. They're gonna show clips. They're gonna show a few, good live moments and stuff like that. But yeah, otherwise, it's about the golf. And I think the golf was really good. Um, one of Morgan Pressel's good points on the coverage that I
He said
have to
one.
admit to. Well, you know how I feel about Morgan Pressel. Morgan Pressel needs a lot of
I know
work,
she's horrible. She's horrible.
but
I mean, she's been doing this professionally for a few years. We should have seen
yeah,
some uptick in her presentation.
right. You would think they would come to her and say you should be looking at this or something like that. You know, that's neither here nor there. Anyways,
Good
she
point.
mentioned right. She mentioned in coverage that the area hadn't received any hurricanes over the last year or so. So the conditions of the
Mm,
golf course were in really primo condition. So that's what I really wanted to say. The course looked great on TV. It looked
absolutely.
in prime condition. The greens were rolling true. And yeah, I mean, shout out to Nelly Corda as well. She made a putter switch and she went to some different irons. We'll talk. I know we have it in the show notes, but
What's up next? Yeah,
yeah, we might as well just go ahead and transition into that. So, Rod, go ahead.
you got it. So yeah, she's Nelly Corda returns after 6 weeks away from golf, resting a neck injury that seems to be recurring at this point. Um, Endured the same thing last year. A lot of new stuff for Nelly. New putter, new iron. Switched over from the TaylorMade P7 MCs to the P7 CBs. Little
Yeah,
bit of cavity backs, little extra help. I mean, ultimately it comes down to that. The look of these clubs are pretty much the same from the top line, but it's all about that little extra help. I mean, after having a really prodigiously year last year with the clubs, something's not working, and so I hope for her sake over the next couple months she's able to get some rest, come back stronger. We know there's some weird gaps in the LPGA schedule, but I know the competitor in Nelly probably wants to come back and try to have, not that you're going to be able to duplicate 2024 with 7 wins, difficult. She
right.
really had a mid week, right? 3 out of the 4 rounds, not great. She had a second round 63, and you're like, oh
Hmm.
shit. Who that's the girl, that's the Nelly that we're expecting. But
Yeah,
I thank you for giving me props last week that the LPGA needs Nelly to perform. They need her face. They need her star power. Um, it's good when if they could have her and Gino firing at all cylinders at the same time, LPGA could literally just capture a crap ton of market share. I do want to show the drip. She had the custom shoes on. Like I said, a lot of new stuff in the bag. So let me pull this up. I'm interested how this is going to look on the vertical coverage here. So here we go, Nelly with the new irons in play. Fancy drip on the clothing. What do you think about the pants, bro?
acceptable because her top is always basic. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, yeah,
me and Rod are we're fashion guys, so you know how to play it. If you got some loud pants, you got to go chill up top. If you got a funny shirt, then the pants got to be tucked away
neutral.
and out the way.
Yeah, don't
So
don't go
yeah,
don't go John Daly. Don't go pattern on pattern.
Absolutely not, brother. Absolutely not. So yeah, she did a lot
um,
of mute colors up top, so the pants were really shining. She did it with the
and the
green, like the
shoes.
camo stuff. So yeah, I thought it was really good. I really think it's funny. I mean, like she has like the Nike Freeze, and they're really. I know they're probably really comfortable, but I really feel I don't know. I feel like everything should be spiked for golfers in general, especially ones that's doing it at the top level. So I feel like they,
Hmm.
create ground force more than anybody in the game. Anybody in the game of golf in general. If anybody needs traction, it's gonna be top level golfers, whether that be male or female. So that's one thing that
Yeah.
I would like to see different in her shoe. Like if I were to purchase it, but I don't know. And also not to slight TaylorMade, but listen, Colin Morikawa, he got a prototype iron. Nelly can't get a prototype iron. Come
Right.
on, bro. There's got to be some. There's got to be some designer in TaylorMade that's gonna be like, hey, look, Nelly, get her some P7 in Ks or something like that. Get her own stuff, bro. Like little blended
Right.
set.
Something.
Golly, bro.
Let me
Something,
pull up
bro.
a closer view of the shoes that I have here.
Yeah, when she posted
So
it
you can
on
see
IG, I
them.
thought that was hella cool. She said Nike really let her, put her hands on it. They asked her
Yeah.
what she wanted to achieve, what she wanted to on the shoes. Like the Nike, the double checked Nike is clean. All the little
Yep.
charms on the shoe is clean. Like again, that's busy for us, but like
But
for
for
women in the
yeah.
game and stuff like that, that is too cool. All right, like that is for real cool. And if I felt like
Yeah.
that if I had those colors in my closet, I wouldn't hesitate to grab something like that. But
But
orange and yellow
I
really
think it's
not my
kind of in
thing.
I think it's kind of in line with like hoop shoes, right? So this trend started, you
Yeah,
know, on the court a few years ago where the shoes are completely different than the top. Like it had
yeah,
no correlation. We were seeing some outlandish colors, your oranges, a lot of the neon colors, pastel colors. You'd see some random purples. I think we're starting to see that crossover into golf as golf gets more. I mean, there was a traditional look to golf wear for the longest period of time, right? Where
yeah,
um, you stick to one look, and that's the look. It's very traditional, a certain cut of clothing. Golf starts to get outside of the parameters as it becomes. I mean, truly, it is becoming the cool kid game. And so when you mix in the fashion side of it, there's so many celebs, athletes from other sports playing golf these days that I think it had no choice but to kind of make this switch over from a fashion perspective. It's all interesting how the game is evolving.
yeah. I think I think it would look better if it was like just like an accent color or something that was coordinating it all or something like that.
Yeah,
Just to kind of tie it all together. But I have no hate towards that shit. I mean, I think the main thing is like really when it comes to like again, if you're wearing basic top, basic bottom, then yeah, my shoes can shine a little bit, or I can wear a funny hat or something like that. Like it's all
right.
about syncing it up. Getting a nice little blend. So yeah, all in all, I think it's a real good drop. And I think it's already available on the Nike site, so you can purchase those, and it's still just like $100 shoe. So it's definitely very,
Yeah,
affordable. It's right there in front of you.
yeah. Everybody can get into that shoe. Um,
Yeah.
let's slide on over to the DP World Tour. I actually got several notes from there. Um, anything else from LPGA before we slide? I don't want to cut you off there.
Uh, no. The only thing, it wasn't really any. I don't know. They weren't really. I felt like at another attention grabber could have been the the people on the border, like how the FedEx Cup is,
Hmm.
how people are trying to like how you draw up some drama. Like, hey, this guy is 130. He's trying to get into the top 125. They could have did
Yeah,
that trying to get into the top 60 or top 65 or whatever their last, full field event or their last, their CME Globe Championship or whatever. I feel like they could have did a better job of going with that, but it never really came up in the coverage that I watched or on the
right.
rewatch. So
Well, hell,
the
I
only
mean, the
drama
simple
that they
fact that they
had was Lucy
go ahead,
Lee.
sir.
Was
Yeah,
Lucy Lee? She started the week 71 and made a birdie on 18 to get to 60 or 59 or something like that to make it into the next week. But other than that,
but I think this also goes down to the weird scheduling with the LPGA. After spending 5 weeks in Asia, you don't even get your world number one back over across the ocean to play in this event. So Gino did not tee it up. I'm sure she will
that
be
was
there
di-
for. Say that again.
that was for a different reason.
Oh, I missed
There
that.
were
What? Why did?
well, a lot of those top players were trying to protect for that Aon risk to get that money for that.
Mm,
The lowest rank, they're the lowest average score on some selected par fives. She was
yeah,
number one in that race, so she felt like she probably was just trying to nail it in for that. And I think Cupcho and Nelly Corda, who were trailing by a little bit, came to compete. Well, I mean, Nelly was stateside anyway, so she not might as well play in her home, like at her at the crib course.
right.
Yeah, they were competing to get that, so that's why they played. But like Gino was protecting.
But okay. I mean, it don't make sense to me, but with two events left in the year, I don't know.
This was the
I'm
last year
short
for
sighted.
that. This was the last week for it. Next week it doesn't count. This week it
Right.
counted
So why would she? Why would Gino not play?
because if she didn't play the par fives well, she might lose that money. So this was a money
Okay. Well,
protector.
she. Oh well, she lost it. I mean, I think Gino. What's her name? Cupcho clinched it. Correct.
Maybe I don't know.
I
That's
think
why
so.
I'm saying that's why Gino didn't play, and that's why Cupshow did play, so that she could level up to try and catch her because she was
Well, I think
behind.
she got it. She got it. Um, what's it called? Aeon. God, I can't think of it. Aeon Risk Reward Challenge. So yeah, Gino got it last year. I think Cupcho. If I the yep, she's number one. Minji Lee is two now, and then Gino is number three, and they're all separated by like second decimal point. I mean, it's like minute differences. Nelly was fifth, Alim Kim fourth, Nasa Hataoka is sixth. So yeah, man, I think it's over. Like you said, I think this week was the last week, and Cupcho had a couple of eagles on par fives that ended
Yeah,
up
she had a
clinching
really
it
high
for
week.
her.
She finished
Yeah,
second or something like that. She finished high up. She had a really good week. She went up 3 spots to do it. So yeah, she went out and earned it.
yeah. Shout out to her. But I would have loved to have seen Gino play the last 2 weeks and then get a little bit of a break. But I think she's also going to participate in the Grant Thornton. So I mean, hell, I mean, she's all over. She's worldwide.
Yeah,
Um,
Gino plays in the LET.
so did she played this week?
No, but I'm saying
Because
she's a member at in the Ladies European Tour as well though. So it's not like her golf's gonna
yeah,
stop.
no, that's got to be tough to be teeing it up for multiple tours that benefit from you, um, being on the tee sheet. Let's keep it rolling. DP World Tour. I mean, they said Rory was checked out. Clearly, that man just needed a little bit of a, celebratory break kind of mid-season, coming down from the emotional Masters win, didn't have a great middle of the year. But overall, I mean, the guy still plays a lot of golf, even though he's kind of ratcheting his schedule back here this year. I mean, he's probably still got mid 20 events, 20 something events worldwide on his resume this year. Goes into their final event in the race to Dubai. Incredible eagle to get into the playoff with Matt Fitzpatrick. I mean, incredible. Two good shots, and a hell of a putt down the hill. That able not able to kind of secure it in that playoff. Throws it in the water off the tee box. Um, goes down, gets the bogey. Matt Fitzpatrick gets the par to win it on the first playoff hole, but still gets the season long race to Dubai championship. I think if Scotty ever wanted to go overseas, he could, the way he's been playing, because those
Mm-hmm.
dual events count towards that. He could give Rory a bit of a run for his money, but this is his seventh race to Dubai championship, tied with Sevi Ballesteros for the most,
Beat
season
him,
long championships.
passed him.
That this one surpassed Sevi finally.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, overall, hell of a season for Rory, despite the kind of middle of the year. What did you think? I know you were we're Rory fans, so we were hype about it. What do you think about his season overall?
Rory's season overall, I feel like it was a winner. I felt like, I mean, if Scotty hadn't did what he did, I feel like it was a far and away a Rory PGA Tour Player of the Year. I mean, just off
Yeah,
the Masters, the players, and then just overall competing, just pretty much consistently throughout the year. I mean, I don't think he was really playing anywhere in the summer. I feel like he was doing a lot of rest and recruit. He was doing that Florida shit, and then I think this not. I know it's all blended together, but was this not the year that we had the whole divorce scandal too? Did we
was
not?
that
Was that
beginning
not
of the
this
year?
year? And then
uh,
they
I
reconciled all
can't.
within months. Was this not that year?
I feel like that was last year.
It's also blended. Anyway,
It's
um,
I know.
yeah, I felt like, and then, oh, you know what? Also, man, there was that clip of him celebrating still in like Saint Tropez, like middle of the summer, like out on like a yacht. And then
Yeah,
somebody was like, "Yo, where's the green jacket?" He's like, "It's in the room. I got it, bro. Don't worry." Like, yo, bro, Rory was having a summer,
a
bro. Like,
time. Yes.
yeah, he was having him a little hot boy summer, and then he locked back in with Erica, and they all good. Him, Poppy,
So that
the whole
so
crew.
I'm looking at our video log. So yeah, the divorce stuff was last year, and then
Damn.
yeah, I know it has been a crazy 24-25 combo. It's been wild.
Yeah,
Um,
they definitely seem more fluid today. When they brought out the end of the year trophy for him to celebrate, and then hold up
yeah,
to seven. They weren't like it wasn't the forced hug and stuff. They were close on their own with the photo opportunities and stuff like that. So yeah, maybe they're back on good terms. Maybe they had just a little riff. Um, but yeah, overall, yeah, I don't know. I felt like Rory really only had like a couple of bad weeks where it was just like you just look terrible. But like I felt like the putting looked a lot more consistent. It looked a lot better this year. So even on
yeah.
bad weeks, I still felt like he was improving. We went through the driver thing, the driver deal where he couldn't play the QI10 because it was non-conforming. Somebody ratted on him. Then the whole media thing went down. So he said F the media for a few weeks and was like, I don't got to answer nothing. I'm doing this because I'm being nice. And then now, I guess like it's such a contrast on the driver issues because
Yeah.
now he's moved into the QI4D and it's on the conforming list and it's hot as hell. And so I think he's going to have another good driving year. I mean, he don't need no help with the club. He could be doing this shit with an R7 or a M1. He could still
Yeah.
be the top driver in the tour. But when the club is as good as it is, and with
Getting
the
them in the fairway.
technology, right, it's not going to do anything but help him out. So yeah, I'm excited about next year, and I know he's going to come back hungry, and he's going now. I feel like what we talked about when the Masters first happened, he's got that off his back, so now he can really hunt these majors down. He did the celebrating. He got the DP World Tour shit. Now it's time to lock back in and get these majors done because they're all going to count towards the
Yeah.
DP World Tour again next year. And he's going to be, he's going to start the year in Dubai. You know how it goes. They already DP World Tours got their schedule out already.
Yeah.
They in Australia for the opening swing, and then they go to South Africa for those first 5 weeks, and then they are already in Dubai January 15th. That is, bro. Like, as much as we talk about we're gonna get a little break, there is really no break to this professional golf shit. We are gonna
No.
have things to talk about year round. So any
Right.
of our
Right.
filler weeks, or if we, for instance, we take off a week, we'll still have shit to talk about, y'all. So I'm just
Absolutely.
excited in general about it. But yeah, the fact that they got their schedule out already is exciting. So like,
Yeah.
I mean, they'll be over there for yo. This is funny though. Look, if you check the schedule right on your own time, February 5th through 8th on the DP World Tour official website, it just says Middle East event. So they know something's gonna be there. They just don't know when and what
The
is gonna be
site.
there. They don't know yet. But yeah, Bahrain, Dubai twice. Yeah, they're gonna have a nice little swing. So, anyways, shout out to Rory. He's gonna stay
I'm
hungry,
excited
but
about his. The wedges look good. That's where I'm like, Rory's wedges are always kind of the make or break for him and putting.
yeah,
And so his wedges, man, he's hitting it so close and tight to the pins. That's
he
the
got them
to me
MG5s.
the
You need to get
um
them,
speaking
Taylor Made
speaking of
boy.
random nerd stuff, um TaylorMade's got something going on with the wedges these days because we saw that little blurb. I don't know if you saw it. You might have shared it with me, honestly. Ben Griffin has
I shared it with you.
is a Mizuno guy. You said you shared it.
Mm-hmm.
And so he's a Mizuno guy, but in the wedges playing TaylorMade's, the MG wedges. And so that says a lot for him, um, for
Yeah,
their equipment that they're putting out. And it's impressive. I mean, we've known TaylorMade as a largely a wood brand. I mean, I play their irons, so they're solid clubs, especially the hollow body stuff. They got the big name staffers. They got Rory. They got Scotty going right now. So TaylorMade's locking things down, and if they can get the wedges competitive. I mean, Bogies better watch out.
I mean,
They're not the only ball game in town anymore.
yeah, no, that's been. I mean, tech talk wise, that's been the last few seasons. TaylorMade has had the MG series going. I mean, this is their fifth generation of it, but I would say MG3, MG4, MG5 have all been competitive.
Yeah,
But when Vokey's on the block, you kind of just always got to have your head on the swivel. But Cleveland's got some really good wedge game right now. They have a full face wedge. When we get Mike back on the show, we'll be able to let him nerd out and kind of get into some tech
right.
and stuff that I don't that I kind of went over, but he really does
Especially
know.
especially if he's seeing all the newer stuff coming in early.
Yeah, we'll get I'll get a taste of it through our reps, but he's at the store, so they get every major brand, every major OEM, and stuff like that. But yeah, he plays Cleveland wedges right now. He says he really enjoys them. Um, and then let's see. The Opus wedges are really good. I mean, Ping has a really good rendition right now this season. So yeah, the wedge market is competitive, and you really can't go wrong. I mean, with the top five, with the big five going on. I mean, you could even throw Mizuno. The Pro S1 wedges are really good. I mean, are they topping what TaylorMade and Vokey are doing? Titleist? Nah, but
Uh-uh.
are they competitive? Are they something to where it's going to ask a question of competitiveness? Yes. So I really think everybody's pushing the limits on what's conforming and what's good for the average golfer compared to the pro golfer. But yeah, wedges are in a really good space right now. I really do agree with that. And so are woods. It's not just about TaylorMade anymore. We saw that last year with the GT series dropping and fairways and drivers, and now the hybrid situation is good as well. You used to really, I mean, back in the day when we were still thinking that we were athletic enough to play 3 irons and 4 irons and stuff like that, it was only Ping really and kind of Callaway with the UW and the Ping hybrids and stuff like that. There is a
Yeah.
really good market for hybrids right now, and I have my
Yeah.
my three hybrid is a Titleist TSR3, and I mean it's just lightning in a bottle. I mean, like I told you, it's a 19 degree. I can get 260 out of it if I really want to crank it. You know what I'm saying? So wedges,
Yeah.
I mean, hybrids are versatile. They go up, they go down. You can tee off with them. You go into greens with them. They land softly. They have spin. Like the game of golf is just in a really good spot right now. Despite what the eye test is, the game of golf is in a really good spot.
Oh, 100%. I mean, it's making the equipment makes
We
it
haven't
more
even got
accessible to.
we haven't even got into these not one-off brands, but like the European brands that are smaller in nature, not always worldwide known. I know, Rod, you're on the east side of the world now. There's probably some brands that we don't even know of that you're seeing or getting ads for, or that
Uh,
you see on the golf course and stuff like that.
Yo Nex is very big over here.
Yonex is good. Hanma is probably big. There's probably crazy amounts of Mizuno and stuff like that. I mean, we know Mizuno as like baseball and stuff in the States, really, but Mizuno is worldwide. Mizuno is heavily loved by pretty much everybody but Americans. So they're definitely, dripped out over there. I know it is.
You're probably gonna get so that's a good swing. So Marco Pang, who's going to be making his debut on the PGA Tour next year, playing the Mizuno driver, one of the longest guys out there. And
Hmm.
yeah, he's in shape as hell, and his technique is optimized for like I was watching a breakdown of his swing and how he generates so much speed, and it's not through a bunch of torque. Yeah, he does have an incredible turn, but his leg action and how he's able to kind of do the squat and explode nuts. But
Yeah.
while all
Hmm.
that while playing all that while playing a Mizuno driver. So we're gonna get a taste of that next season, and we'll see if there's some converts out there, especially if he's able to have some success on the PGA
Yeah.
Tour next year. I suspect Mizuno will find its way into a few more bag fittings in 2026.
Yes, sir.
So let's hit the 10 people that are going to be coming over, with some status to the PGA Tour or dual status. That doesn't
Yeah.
mean that they'll play full time on the PGA Tour, but they will have access to the tour schedule. Marco Pang is one of them. Long guy. You're gonna know the name. He's gonna compete in a handful of tournaments this year. Um, been on the DP World Tour, breakout year this year. Last year, he was kind of like average, but he's had 3 wins this year.
Yeah.
Um, the
Multi-time
kid's
winner.
gonna be good. The kid's gonna be good. Laurie Cantor, officially now a PGA Tour member again. A guy that went over to live and has been, I think they said he got like a total of in 20 tournaments on live, earned $5.6 million, secured himself financially. Now he's back full time on the PGA Tour. Good for him, you know.
Yeah.
Did what needed to be done. He's going to be back. Christopher Ratton, it's an interesting guy. He's actually also had a good early part of the year on the DP World Tour. I think had two back-to-back wins. Been a little bit quiet since then, but he, again, he's one of those guys where I can see him playing a handful of events on the PGA Tour, but not necessarily coming over full time. Probably would be a big change for him,
Yeah.
and because
Most
he,
of them
yeah,
for sure.
yeah. Adrian Sadier, also, he's only had six starts on the PGA Tour. Let's see here. And I imagine some of these could be majors and not necessarily like full field events. This one's interesting. Alex Noren, hell of a year on the DP World Tour, two wins, 43 years old, grinder, man. The man is out, probably out on the range somewhere or getting ready to go to the range right now.
Hey,
Um,
listen, truly doesn't look 43. If I'm being honest, does not look 43. Does not look a
no,
day over like 38, 30. He's like a 38, 39er. I give him that. He high 30s.
we
He's
talked
a
about this
very
one.
yeah, John
Go ahead.
Perry.
John Perry. Um, I think that one's been locked in for a while, but
Yeah,
uh,
he's pretty good.
John Perry looks old as hell. Hao Tong Lee. This will be his second
Finally.
stint on it. I wonder
Oh,
if
it
he'll
is?
learn, from the first. Yeah, he had a pretty. I think it was early. I want to say late 2019, 18 that he had status on the PGA Tour. And I think it was just a
Hmm.
lot coming overseas, didn't handle it very well. But I think he'll make the move at age 30. That kid, he
Yeah,
still looks like a young guy.
he does.
Um,
He's got plenty of time.
and this one I'm actually kind of excited about, not just because he wears mock necks, but Kita Nakajima. I don't know, man. I feel like this guy, if he can get his mind right from a talent perspective, from a build, I love his swing. I've seen him compete on the DP World Tour, and I like his game a lot. I think it
Yeah,
actually translates pretty well to the American game and Parkland style courses. So um, I don't know. Like I said, I'm excited about him.
yeah,
And then kind of rounding the list out, we got Jordan Smith and Rasmus Neergaard Peterson. Again, guys that probably won't be full time on the PGA Tour, but we'll grab some starts. Jordan Smith actually has
yeah,
18 PGA Tour starts, and Neergaard Peterson has five. So we'll see, man.
yeah,
It'll be interesting. I think a pretty good list of guys coming over. I always like to see um, some conversion, but I don't want the DP World Tour to be cannibalized. Like you said earlier, they're on their stuff. Their schedule maintenance is amazing. So we'll see how them boys, you know, fare on the
yeah.
PGA Tour, but also how the DP World Tour restacks their lineup
Right,
and
yeah. I don't
stars that
think
come
they
out
have
next year.
a. I don't think they're. Don't get me wrong. They're somewhat a feeder tour right now, but do I
Yeah.
think they could still have? They still have enough juice and clout to be a standalone. Um, I definitely think DP World Tour is headed back. They're trending back towards the right thing, and again, with the partnership with Big Bro, that is going to do nothing but elevate their game. And Jordan Smith did the same thing as Haton Lee. He's a 33-year-old guy, so like his mid 20s. He was over there doing the PGA Tour thing. Like honestly, same years, like 2018, 2019, like right before
Yeah.
COVID and the pandemic and stuff. And that's when boys really got locked down. So then, who's really trying to travel over to America like that? It wasn't safe over here. Boys was not safe,
Right.
So
Right.
I wouldn't be going out of my way to do that traveling either. So I get it. But now that, a little bit safer again and the world is a little bit more open, congrats to them on making it back. Yeah. I feel like Houghton Lee could really make a name for himself. And then I think Keita Nakajima, I think him having some big bros, some mentors out here as well on this side of the planet, I think he'll be okay. I think he'll
Yeah.
have somebody to run to for advice. It's not like he's going to be out here by himself, stuck out. So yeah, and it means a lot to the guys. I mean, shoot, dude was crying after he made his putt after he realized he did enough to make it
Right.
over. He walked into the
Yeah.
scoring tent, wiping off his eyes and stuff. I mean, that's good though. That's passion. I mean, that means.
Yeah.
I mean, shoot, you setting yourself up financially. That's what you do to set yourself up. You play good golf. You play your way up into one tour. That gives you status into another. But that's neither here
Yeah.
nor there, right?
A lot of opportunity. Well, from a golf perspective, like you said earlier, there's still so much stuff to cover. You know,
We
we're going to
will
be
be
on it.
here, whether you
Transition
like it or
over
not,
quick.
Andrew Myers.
This Marcus Rangle. Lord Jesus. This man had that name on his brain all week.
Boy.
Um, uh, NBA. Quick mention. Thank God the witch is dead. Nico Harrison fired from the Mavericks. Should have happened during the summer, but you know, better late than never, and we'll accept it whenever it came. But it became untenable. I mean,
Truly.
a little bit of a hangover, and the Mavericks weren't able to kind of catch that vibe and win in the what was that, the first round of the, what is that round rob? What is that in season tournament called? I
NBA
forget it.
Cup.
The NBA Cup. So tough round with the Clippers. Both teams that are struggling.
Yeah.
Um, Went into double OT. The Mavs won earlier today in OT again, but it's going to be a long, hard season. We'll see if, after injuries, Anthony Davis looks out of shape right now.
No,
That
they
man,
already talking about moving him. They don't even want him attached to the Mavs after the whole Nico fiasco. They want him gone too.
I'm with it. If they can get some value for him,
Right.
totally. Let's do it. The man's gonna stay injured at some point. It's
He
an
32.
eventuality.
He done, bro. He done. He 32.
So
Get him out.
we we, we have big men that are versatile, that can fill that role. We especially wants to get Kyrie back. I think
Yeah.
Cup will be fine, but it's just like, bro.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that was just
Coop,
good.
yeah. Coop's gonna have his own lane. And then honestly, I think the best thing that can happen to a big like that, or like a small forward with handle, is to be with a player like Kyrie. You ain't gonna do nothing but learn more skill and
Yeah,
more isolation and finishing ability. I mean, we're seeing it already on his own, but having a good player like that on your side as well, gonna do nothing but grow your game exponentially. Get AD out of the fold, get your spacing out, and then you'll be good to have, D Lively and Gafford as rim runners and stuff like that. We've already seen he can distribute the ball. We've already seen he can handle the ball. Do we need him as the point guard? Hell no. But did Jason Kidd prove his point? Yes, very much so, that we need an actual point guard in the game. So,
yeah,
I think it's a step in the right direction. Nobody said it better than Dirk. As I sent Rod
yeah,
I sent Rod a clip about it. He was on NBC or the NBA on Prime describing it, and of course, they had to get his insight on it. So maybe we get Mark Cuban back. Maybe we get Dirk back. Maybe the tides start to turn, and maybe we have a good draft. This will be our last year, Rod, that we have a first round pick under our control unless we trade back into the draft. So maybe with the
Yeah.
AD on his way out,
Just
maybe
get
we can get
one
back into the
pick.
draft. Yeah, 2026 is the last year. Next year is the last year we'll have control of our own first round draft pick until 2032. 27, 28,
Crazy.
29, 30, or my fault, 2031 is the next year we'll have our first round pick. So 4 years in a row, we will be out of the first round unless we trade back into the draft.
And I saw a little blurb, and we'll see how it pans out about, I don't think Jason Kidd is the coach to take them to the next level. So getting him in some type of front office role,
I like
um,
that. Brad Stevens him up. Brad Stevens him up.
yeah,
Brad Stevens
and then
him
get a
up.
new find a coach. There's so much coaching talent out here that
Right.
I feel like the Mavs can get an upgrade. Find somebody that's a little bit more into the strategy side of it. I mean, I feel like the sets that the Mavs run are so basic and simple, and predictable, that having finding one of these young minds like the coach for OKC that can optimize the players that they have. Again, get Jason Kidd in the front office. He's a Mavs for life, and he's done nothing. I think he's been a loyal soldier, so take care of him. But I
Yeah.
definitely think it's time to kind of revamp the coaching staff and upgrade
Yeah.
and just kind of move things forward for the next steps.
Yeah. I think it's bittersweet with Kid because Kid he's still a good coach, but as we've seen with his stint with Milwaukee, his stint with LA, and now with Dallas, he's a good coach, but he needs a star. It's easier for him to develop an offense around the star, create, matchups and chemistries and stuff like that with, the role players and stuff like that. I mean, you saw it with Giannis. They made the run. And then of course, I mean, I don't know what happened with Milwaukee, but they kind of, I don't know. I felt like he showed a little bit too much favoritism,
Right.
just a little bit with Giannis. But then, he was in the right situation with Brian and all those guys over there in LA as an assistant. Came back over here, did it with Luca. You saw how prodigious the offense was with him having a star and the right, key players around him. I mean, and that's the funny thing about it is you look at a guy like Luca. Not only do you not trade that talent, you had the writings in the wall in 2024. We just got hurt. So why not run that shit back? We literally got hurt.
Yeah.
Luca himself was on one leg. What are we what are we even talking about, bro? So
Right.
yeah, yeah. Anyways, like Dirk said, we not gonna ever forget, but they just they just better be
Oh,
lucky
you're
we
getting frustrated.
loyal. They just better be lucky. We're lucky. Oh my god.
Marcus about to blow a gasket.
Well, I'm trying to be
Um,
better about cursing on live.
I get it. Well, we'll see, bro. We'll see how things pan out. This was the first move that needed to happen, and so
Yeah,
we
but
see. We'll see how the rest of the season pans out.
you're right. Snowball effect. It's still early in the season. It's game 12. It's not like we're just completely out of the fold. Oh, I'm sorry. We're on 14. My fault. We're on game 14.
Yeah.
So, but
And I was
yeah,
looking at the schedule. I don't know why it feels like they've played a ridiculous amount of home games up to this point, but
we
um,
played the most to start the season in a long time.
yeah, it feels
We
very
let's
home
see.
heavy. I'm like they're gonna have a stretch where they're gonna be on the road for a while.
Yeah, we probably did get hold. We probably made a deal with the devil or something like that along the way. So it can't always be in our favor. As long as we're not having too many crazy back to backs, I think we'll be all right. That's the only
Yeah.
thing that I'd be drawn against.
All right, y'all.
Anyways,
We'll be back at it again next week. Hopefully, we will figure out the
promptly at
backside.
9 or
I don't know.
9:30. Yeah,
Correct. Yeah, we'll figure out this dual stream thing because There's two streams up right now. Like I literally see two chats happening. So, Beer Bros Golf Show. I'm Rod.
And I'm Marcus.
Catch y'all next week, y'all.